Hey everyone, Mish here. 20 minutes today, a little sweat snack. I am at my mother-in-law's house in Dramana down the Mornington Peninsula and having a little bit of time down here with my family. So I am sitting in front of her artwork. She's an artist, so there's some on the back wall over there which I don't think you'll be able to see. So it's always nice to be here surrounded by her art, and it's quite beautiful near the beach as well. It's not too dissimilar to home, but it's definitely away from home, which always feels nice. So today, 20 minutes, sweat snack, we're going to get moving. We're going to be on the wrists a bit. We'll interchange and give them a rest in between, but just know that if they get sore and cranky, it's probably really common, and it's okay to move through unless there's pain. We're building strength all the time when we're on our wrists, and the first, if it's new to being on the wrist, it can be a bit uncomfortable, but it does grow the strength and the ability to keep pushing through and staying on the wrist for a longer amount of times. It gets easier and easier the more you do it. With a sweat snack, we don't overthink the breathing, although sometimes it does help, and sometimes I will cue it, but don't worry about it too much. Just let the breath come and go as it pleases. Try not to hold the breath. It definitely helps. Keep breathing and just pushing it through, keep it coming and going. We're going to start on our inner child's pose. So turn to face the length of the mat, somewhere about in the middle of the mat, or the back end of the mat, that is. Knees wide, big toes to touch, and then just sink your butt onto your heels, reach the arms all the way forward and soften the forehead down. And you can shift a little bit left and right. I apologize, I don't have my mic today, so I'm hoping that the sound will be fine. We're just moving, coming into your position, and just reaching the hands all the way forward, finger pads pressing down into the floor. Have it quite active here in this child's pose. It's quite active, not so restful and chill, but more active, where you're stretching your arms forward, finger pads pressing down. Your arms are feeling engaged in some way as you're reaching forward and sending your butt back behind you. Take a big breath in through the nose, fill up the whole body. Open the mouth and an easy breath out. Deep full breath in the nose. Easy breath out. One more big breath in. And as you breathe out, come up into fours. Soften the belly, take a breath in here, look forward, stick your butt out behind you. Tuck, scoop and round, sink back into active child's pose. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up. Inhale to come down. Exhale to come up and lean all the way forward. So you're in a bit of a half plank here, just sort of warming up through the forearms and the hands. Tuck your toes and sink back. And this time lift your shoulders up over your hands and turn your fingers to face your knees. Lean back and lean forward just a couple of times here. We're going to get into moving a lot more dynamically and quickly, but for now just warming up through the wrists a little, maybe shifting left and right. And keep the fingers facing your knees, but just lean back with the backs of your hands this time on the floor. Lean forward and back a couple of times. I know that you could stretch and move through the wrists anytime like this if you like, or just warming them up here. Now turn the palms to face down, fingertips away, tuck your toes, sink back into active child's pose again. Take a big breath in at the bottom, and as you breathe out, come up into fours, shoulders over knees. Inhale, come down. Exhale, this time right knee to right elbow as you come up. Sink back with your toes tucked, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, alternate right knee as you exhale. Keep going, quite dynamic, in as you sink back, out as you come up. Squeeze your belly in towards your spine. As you come up to drive the knee and really draw it in towards the elbow. Don't whack it, just gently tap it. That's it. Let's go for 10, 9, 6. We're going to start to add on, and you can always come back to knees down. Last 3, 2, and 1. This time come up, any knee, doesn't matter. I've got my left knee into my left elbow, hover the right knee off the floor, just a little bit. Take a big breath in, big breath out. One more breath in, sink back. Good. So this time, Opposite knee drives into the elbow. Tuck back, hover your knees off the floor as you sink back. Active child's but with your knees hovering, so not quiet child's pose at all. And then drive opposite knee out into the elbow. Sink back, hover the knees. Knee drive in, hover the knees. Opposite knee drive in, keep going. Find the breath in a way that works for you. And if having the knees hovering this whole time as you press forward and back is too much, just drop the knees and do what we did at the very beginning. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, oh, my thighs, warming up, 2, and 1. Sink back, untuck your toes all the way back, child's pose, and then roll over onto your hip. Find yourself on your back. Any way you can get there, drag your knees into your chest. Roll up and down the mat. So rolling like a ball, chin tucks into your chest, rolling up the length of the mat and back the length of the mat a couple of times. And then find your way onto the length of the mat with your knees in towards your chest, your thighs pressing in towards your belly. Arms come up and overhead, backs of the hands press into the floor. Okay, so right leg extends out in front, any angle is fine, low to the ground, high to the sky, then bring it back in, then the left. Pull it in and send it out. Keep alternating a single leg, it doesn't matter how low you send the leg, just make sure that the low back is pulling down towards the floor. If you're finding that you're in a lot of extension in the low back, so there's heaps of space between your low back and the floor and it's a struggle, take the legs higher to the sky. Keep pulling the knee all the way in towards your chest so the thigh comes back towards the belly. Let's go for 10. I'm panting a little bit, so it's probably good I don't have my mic. Last 5. We're going to add on. Always come back to this. 2 and 1. Bring both knees into your chest. Take your hands up to the sky, then forward. Crunch head, neck and shoulders up. Reach your fingers forward. Yes, as far away as you can so the backs of the shoulders come up off the floor. Then take the arms up, single leg extension, one and then the other. Arms up and overhead, head, neck and shoulders crunch, reach the fingernails forward, palms are parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the floor, come down, one leg and then the other. Let's go for 10. 10 reps. 9. Alternating. 8. Keep breathing, strong breaths. Work with the pace that you can manage. Don't worry about keeping up with the amount of reps that I'm doing. Just keep going until I call it. And if you need to rest, just rest. All right, we're nearly there. We've got 3 more rounds. 2 more rounds. Oh my goodness. 1 more round. Now grab a hold of your knees, rock and roll up the length of the mat a couple of times, and then find your way back onto your knees, hands under your shoulders into that 4-point kneel position. Have your toes tucked, sink back into active child with your arms straight and strong out in front. Take a big breath in at the bottom, breath out, lift up, hover the knees. Both knees come up and hover. Sink back, hinge back, butt towards your heels, and then push back up into the hover. We're going to add on here, a little bit different to before. So as you start to come forward, butt over hip, twist your knees to the right, back in through center, twist your knees to the left, back in through center, sink back. Now if you want to drop your knees when you drop back into active child, you can, otherwise keep the knees hovering. Come back into the fours, twist right, back to through center, twist left, back through center, press back, and keep going. Twisting one side then the other, and then coming back. The spine is round, so the shoulder blades are separating apart here. The belly's pulling into the spine. Twisting, twisting, pressing back. A little bit more if you want to add on. It doesn't matter, by the way, how fast or how slow you're going. Just move your body, keep breathing. And if you want to add on a little bit more, the next time you twist your knees, then we're going for a little kick. So bring one hand to your chest. Well, we're twisting to the right. Right hand to your chest, left foot kicks. Bring it back in through center. Twist the knees to the left. Left hand to the chest. Right foot kicks. Hand down. Twist and kick if you want to. Twist, kick, twist, kick. Now you might even send the arm up, just for a bit of fun. A bit of a ta-da moment. Ta-da, ta-da. As loud as you want to go. Ta-da. It echoes in this house. Woo. Keep going. If you want to kick, kick. You don't want to kick, don't kick. Let's go for 10. Woo. Getting hot in here. Strong breath, strong movement, pretty dynamic. You got it. We're almost at the halfway mark of this class already. Time flies and we're having fun. Woo. Let's go. One more pair. Sink back, drop back, turn over onto your back. Woo. And lie down. Grabbing your knees in towards your chest, giving them a squeeze. Pause if you need to recalibrate your breath. If your heart rate's up and you need to rest, go for it. And then you can join back in. Hold your knees into your chest, thighs pressing towards your belly. Good. Arms up and overhead, backs of the fingers in towards the floor. Right leg extends, out in front, left leg to the sky. Straight leg swap, and then both knees come into your chest. Good. Left leg to the sky, right leg long, straight leg swap, both knees into your chest. Now if that's too much, just go back to those bent legs that we were doing before. Ooh, that's a lot. Moan and groan, you know I love it. If you've done my classes before, I love a moan and a groan. Ooh. Straight leg swaps. One leg goes long, one leg goes to the sky. And then you alternate it before you bring both knees into your chest. Good. If you want a little bit more, we do the straight leg swap, knees into the chest, arms up and over for a crunch. Come back down, straight leg swap. I kind of feel like that's a rest because my legs don't want to do the thing. Let's go for 10. Woo. Try and alternate the leg that goes to the sky. If you can remember. 5 to go. Oh my goodness. 3. Got some shakes happening here. Oh. Finish one more. One more. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, come down, roll over, come back onto your floors. Okay, hands on your shoulders, tuck your toes. Sink back, active child, big breath in, breath out, hover the knees, come up. Shoulders over hands. Sink back, keep the knees hovering if you can, come back up. Good, okay. This time, stay up and then jump your legs out to straight, taking left leg outside of the mat, right leg outside of the mat. So you're coming to star legs and then jump back in, come into the hover. Then go for the twist. One side, then the other, back in through center and then down, butt towards your heels. Yeah, so come back to the hover, jump to star, jump back to the hover, twist, maybe kick, twist, maybe kick, sink back, hover, jump to star, jump back to hover, twist, kick, twist, kick, sink it back, star, in, go for it, turn out your legs, oh yeah, star jump, in, twist, keep going, now we're going to do one more round of this, kicking, kicking, sinking back. Now come to the hover, just start out, back to the hover, start out and hover, keep going, star, hover, let's go 10, 9, keep breathing, whew. 6, 5, you can do it, belly in, strong press you're ready, find your way onto your back. How many more of these we got? Almost there. Close. Catch your breath. Lie down. Knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, maybe a little circle one way and then the other. Feeling into the back of the spine. Back of the pelvis. Settle your breath. Whew. Maybe draw some circles with the knees, opening up through the inner thighs. 2 more breaths here. Settle in. Settle in. Ooh, wipe your sweat. And then when you're ready, bring your knees back in to center, thighs towards your knees. Arms up and overhead, backs of the knuckles pressing into the floor. Big breath in. Big breath out, arms come to the sky and then forward to the hover. So this time we're starting with this, arms parallel to the floor, fingertips stretching forward. Stay in the crunch if you can, chin into your chest. If you need to take your hands and support your head, support head and neck with the interlace of the hands behind the head. Right leg extends, bring it in. Left leg extends, bring it in. Take the arms back to the sky and drop your head down, or just drop your head down if you're holding the head. Come back up into crunch. Right leg extends, left leg extends. Lower the head. Do what you're doing with the arms. Keep going. Now if you want more, keep the legs straight and do the alternating with the crunch. Up to you. One leg, then the other. Drop your head. Okay, we've got 10. Whichever variation you're doing with the legs and the arms. Keep going for 8. You might change it up like me. I could do a couple of straight ones, a couple of bent ones. Why not? You choose. Ooh, 5 more, and then we're just going to do with the head, neck and shoulders up without the rest. If you can. For this last 10, stay in the crunch, extending one leg and then the other, one leg and the other, or one leg up, one leg down. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down you come. Roll over. Okay, last little bit. We're very, very close. I can't believe how quickly these classes go. It's insane. All right, hands under shoulders. Sink back into this active child's toes are tucked. Big breath in. Breath out, come into the hover of the knees, butt over the knees, into the fours. Okay, step back into high plank. Good, and if you can, stay in high plank. Otherwise, come back into the knee hover, okay? Right knee comes into right elbow, come back to the hover, or just come back to plank. Left knee, left elbow, come back to plank or the hover. Good, bend your knees, press back into this crunching position. Then lift the hips to down dog, pike. Okay, we come back into high plank, or maybe you creep the feet forward into fours. Right knee touches, right elbow, left knee touches, left elbow. Press back into the squat, hover, and then lift the hips to pike. Again, right knee, left knee, crouch back, pike. Right knee, left knee, crouch back, pike. Keep going. Right, left, crouch, pike. Right, left, crouch, pike. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's add on. Let's just drive it in and out. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Mountain climber, squeezing the belly for 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going to finish with the right knee into right elbow. In 2 and 1. Right knee, right elbow. Twist so that your left heel is on the floor. You're coming into side plank. Right foot comes in front of the left leg. Right foot in front of left leg. Right fingertip on the floor, left hand's flat on the mat. Okay, right arm up, hip lifts up, down, up, just keep thinking up. Reach the top arm up and even back a little, open up your chest, lifting. If you want full side plank, juice it up, let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, whoo, relax your head, maybe look down, maybe look up, whoo, 2 and 1. Right hand down, come into high plank. Let's knee drive it in, left knee, right knee, left knee, right knee. Let's keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time left knee drives in. Find your right heel onto the floor. Left foot in front of the right, left hand comes up. Good, come into the little lifts of the hip up and up using the left foot. You can push yourself down to lift up. Juice it up, extend it long, keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, you got it, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand come down, high plank, bend your knees, come into the squat hover. Let's go for 10, squat hover to plank, squat hover to plank. Keep going, hinging back, pressing forward. Let's go, 10, 9, this is the last bit, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Proper child's pose. Untuck your toes. Sink your butt to your heels. Take your knees wide. Whew. Walk your hands all the way to the right. Maybe the left hand stacks on top of the right hand. And you just let your forehead rest down towards the floor. Big breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Try and slow the breath down. 2 more breaths here. 1 more easy breath, slow it down. So good, walk back in through center. Yeah, let's sigh it out. Maybe as you walk over to your left side, right hand towards the left or maybe on top. Head comes down to the floor. Big breath in, big sigh. 2 more like that, take your time. 1 more. Really good, back in through center. Stay here with the crown of your head down towards the floor. Relax your hands, maybe even pull them back by your side so that the fingers are reaching back towards your toes and you're in this little shell shape. And you start to settle your breath, settle your energy a little here. Stay with me, settling in, 5 breaths. Feeling the belly expand, pressing in towards the thighs as you breathe in. Gentle constriction of the low belly, pulling in towards your spine as you breathe out. Settling energy, settling mind, and knowing that whatever part of that you did today, it was perfect, it was great, it was quick, it was fast. If you struggled, fair enough. I struggled too. Thank you for being here with me. Take your time as you slowly come up out of that gentle holding position, or even stay there a bit longer if you have time. Maybe some thigh stretches might be nice, because we did a few of those squat hovers that might feel nice and releasing. Maybe a few more rolls through the wrists. Whatever you are called to do, please do that. Have a beautiful day and thanks for being with me.